He was a grub. Violent, arrogant, stupid. We knew he'd committed a murder around 10 years earlier, but the evidence was too weak to prosecute. Couldn't do shit. One of my boys got in trouble with internal affairs for saying he'd shoot him if he knew he could get away with it. But frankly, I felt the same way. When I transferred to intelligence, I quickly realized I had inherited a mechanism to big time fuck with them. New agents needed to be trained, and it was way better to surveil an unawares target than a friendly one. So I set them onto banning. I sent trainees out into the field one by one and got them to watch him. If you haven't worked with green agents, you might think this sounds harmless, but it was a very, very effective way to get under his skin. Danowski scouts him for a few hours, but his tradecraft was shocking. Banning notices him lurking, hanging out somewhere he has no place to be. Banning is a paranoid guy, so he doesn't approach, but he does give Danowski signs he's been spotted. Winters is next, and she gets big-time burn syndrome. She's probably doing a pretty good job of looking like a faceless bystander who's exactly where she should be, but she freaks out when he makes eye contact and her demeanor collapses. She talks to him for no reason, then scutters off into the middle of nowhere. Now he's onto us. One person, who knows? Two people, he knows he's being watched. Banning is a crook, so finding himself surveilled isn't a big surprise. He keeps his head down, which makes him harder to scout, which makes the whole endeavour that much more fun. I send ops out way sooner than I normally would because they make mistakes. Banning's paranoia gets worse and worse, and he starts getting erratic. He sees people acting unnaturally wherever he goes. Men wearing suits in the wrong part of town. Every third person turning away when he looks at them. He becomes aggravated. I've never been more proud of a team for being bad at their jobs. I knew what happened was coming. I orchestrated it. What we're doing is provocative in the literal sense of the word, but not according to the law. My guys are armed, highly skilled, and prepared to defend themselves when a mad fucker turns on them. After 6 months of having agents scout him day in, day out, Banning snaps. It all ends up with one of Cummings' bullets between his eyes. I don't feel the least bit of guilt for Banning. He was a murderer, scum. Where the justice system failed, a cop's bullet got the job done. My only regret was Cummings. I knew he'd get cleared, but I didn't think the guilt would be as bad as it was. I just wish he knew, if he did, if he knew who Banning was, he might have been okay with it.